Hello friends, today I will be talking about this wonderful book. It's called Love Tommy. Letters Home from the Great War to the Present Day, and it's written, collected and edited by Andrew Roberts, a great historian. As we know, he's a great historian and he has written too many books on history. So this is a wonderful book. Basically this is a collections of letters and archive letters that were written from soldiers on war, from First World War, Second World War till Iraq War and some Afghanistan war as well, to back their home and missing their parents, their children, their country, their homeland, their family members. So this is a wonderful collection. Basically this is a human history. This is this book is filled with human emotion, that how soldiers feel when he is on the battleground, when he is fighting, when he sees the death in front of him, when he is facing the bullet, the gun, the fighter jets and the bombs, when he is facing these things and he is not sure whether he will survive, whether he will be alive or he will die, mostly dead, in most cases he will face dead. But and the wonderful thing about this book, before every letter, the Andrew Roberts describes and give us some glimpses and some history of who was the soldier, what war he is fighting and what war he was in, and in some cases, and we see that before letter could reach home, the writer and the soldiers were dead. So when you read this book, you will find yourself in a very emotional way. This book will make you emotional, because this is a human history. This is because whenever we are away from home, we are missing our family members, our land, our homeland. So we go through the same feeling. But with soldiers, that soldier are on a battlefield. They are in a facing bloodshed. So they are going through a great and tremendous pressure. And when they are writing, this is the honest writing you will ever read, because even the soldiers and the writer of the letters, he is not sure that he will survive or not, whether he will see their children, their family member, their parents again, or this will be their last letter. So basically in some letters, so the writer says in the preface that in British, at the time of First World War, the God was invisible. People were not mentioning God because they were not very religious at that time. But in the letters we'll realize and we see lots of time the God has been referred. Why? Because when you are in war, when you are facing death, when you are not sure about your life, and you might think this is your last day or last breath, so you feel closer to God and your belief in afterlife becomes strong, that there is afterlife, that there is a better world waiting for me, there is heaven, there is hell. So this is great human psychological change that we will see in this book. And as well, in one letter, a soldier describes that I find, because we know in the First World War and in the Second World War, lots of Indian soldiers fought as well, and their name has been written on India Gate as well, as we see and as we know. So in one letter, a soldier describes that in the morning when I see Sikh practicing and exercising in the morning with their hair open, I find it very amusing and I find it very good. And he says that, and I see Gorkha as well. The Gorkha fighters, they are little wonderful men. So, and I also observe in my review that most letters were addressed to their mom or their wives or their daughters. Mostly human feels connected to feminine gender as well. So the mostly letter I will see and I will find that it were addressed as my darling mother, my darling wife, my dear sister, my dearest some to brothers and fathers as well, mostly dear mom and dad, dear mom and dad. And it contains some pictures as well from the war and some war time and some soldiers and some lieutenants as well. So it contains some pictures in black and white as well, and it has some prose, mostly prose, and some poetry as well, because some soldiers were poet, they were writing poetry. And when you are in a tough situation, when you are in a battlefield, when you are facing bullets, when you are in front of death, when you are daring death, sometimes the poetry comes out of it, because poetry is a product of intense human emotion, and when a soldier on the battlefield, he is facing the intense human emotion. So I think over the period the war has changed, but the human emotions remains the same. So these letters, whether it was from First World War, and whether it's from the Iraq war or Afghanistan war, where lots of advancement in weaponry has been done, still human emotion are the same, the fear is the same, and the casualty is the same. So I think this is a wonderful book. This will make you very emotional, how human thinks when you are miserable in front of life, when you are in a mud, when you are hungry, when you don't have anything to eat, when you don't have enough water to drink, when you have enough food to eat. So at that time, when you write back your home, how you feel, how miserable, how helpless, and how vulnerable you feel. So this is like in the back of the book, there is a letter from Kit Kite. He was fighting in Afghanistan in 2008. He says, "The land here is barren rock and desert for the majority, with dust and sand in the air all the times." That there is a dust and the sand always, and you stay clean for about 5 seconds once you step out of the gate. That you can only remain clean for 5 seconds, and once you step out of the gate, your lungs are filled with it all, and sun is blinding. That your lung will fill with mud and sand and the air, and the sun is so intense that you will feel blinding. So this is from the Afghanistan war, and one is also mentioned from the France war from 1916. That everybody too hates mud, that they are in a complete mud, but we bath in it, wade in it, sleep in it, and clothes for it, adorn the most secret recesses of one's cloth, books, and paper. That whatever we have, clothes, book, and paper, we protect it very, very hardly and very harshly. So the weather is very bad. So I think this book is wonderful. Find it, read it. Just like the another book I mentioned, the letters from daughters to father or something. You will find it. The letter that were written from Nehru to Indira Gandhi and Indira Gandhi to Nehru. That letters were also I found it very good. So this is wonderful book. Love Tommy. And I think you must find it and read it and feel overwhelmed with emotion and find the real history of the world. And this is the first hand research material for the people who want to know what was happening in the field. In one letter, one soldier described to his family that I am in a secret place and I can't reveal about it where I am. So I am in a secret place and I am on a secret mission, and I can't reveal much about it, just to know that I am fine and I am alive. So this is a wonderful book. Do read it. Thank you.